What's up, everybody? This your boy Anthony Blake Jr. back with another episode, Flawless Fantasy Football. This Tuesday, Waiver Wire Tuesday, Trap House Tuesday. I'm just trying to conjure up something in my head about how I'm going to work this Tuesday episode. I want to label it something. I'll figure it out within the next week or so. But what's good, everybody? I want to know something off top. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you all what records y'all have right now. I currently have 3 leagues. I told myself I only wanted to be in one. Messed around and was in 3 leagues, but all 3 of my leagues I'm 2-2. So I don't feel bad about that. Actually, Brady and Claypool collectively cost me an L this week, but I ain't mad at it. 2-2, I'm still in good position. But drop in the comments. I want to know you guys and gals' record. And but just understand, don't get too high in wins. Don't get too low in losses. All right? Let's jump right into it. All right? So we're going to start right here with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, he's been balling. This dude is the number 5 quarterback in football. Number 5. Next 2 games he has up is the Eagles and Vikings. And, those guys aren't formidable. He's had 30 points and 36 points in the last 2 games. This guy needs to get picked up. I think it'll be a shootout between them and the Eagles. And Sam Darnold, he's been running in touchdowns too, so the dude's got a nice ceiling. Somebody's going to benefit off him. So if you're desperate or if you got a tough play, think about it. Number 2 is Taylor Heinecke. Plays against the Saints and the Chiefs the next 2 games. If you take out the first week when he didn't start, weeks 2 through 4, he was the number 10 quarterback, so he was actually a QB1. So that's saying something. That dude is a gunslinger, and he's about that business. So Taylor Heinecke, he's an option as well. Sam Darnold, number 1. Taylor Heinecke, number 2. Not in no particular order, but the 3 quarterbacks I want to list in. This is number 3, Daniel Jones. I spoke about him before. Daniel Jones, I like him. I liked him. I've had him since he was a rookie, like as a backup quarterback. But then he'd suck, and so I just really couldn't do much with him. But he is the number 6 quarterback in the league. Number 6. That's above people like Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott. This dude's serious business. I think this is the year for him. And if he's out there, you can pick him up because he runs as well. So that give you a nice baseline to where he won't give you any clunkers. Daniel Jones. So my 3 quarterbacks, waiver quarterbacks, Sam Darnold, Taylor Heinecke, Daniel Jones. Okay, let's get to the running backs. This is a big week for running backs. A lot of mess going on. We just got word, obviously, earlier today that David Montgomery is out 5 to 6 weeks. And that should lead to plenty of opportunities for Damian Williams. Sure, he had like a leg or thigh bruise coming out of the game, but that's not going to stop him from starting. If they use him in the same way, in which I feel like they will, just like they use Mike Davis the same way as they used McCaffrey last year. I think they're going to use him the same way. He should be very beneficial for people, especially if you need him as an RB2 or if you're going to put him in a flex. That's an awesome play. But unfortunately, if you're in a fab budget system, you have to spend a lot of fab on him. But if not, you got to probably be pretty low in the standings to be able to get him because he'll probably be one of the top 2 people go. So if you're anywhere in the middle towards the top, you likely won't see no parts of Damian Williams. Number 2 is Samaje Perine. They're actually saying that Joe Mixon's ankle sprain or whatnot, that it's only day to day. So he may only miss a game or 2 tops. But also, Chris Evans is a possibility to get in and get, to actually get in the game and get some work. They say they liked him. As a rookie, he looked good in the offseason. And I'm sure they're going to take a good long look at him. So it could be P. Ryan. It could be a combination of both. But it's only day to day, week to week at most. So I think at most, Mixon only missed like 2 weeks. But Samaje P. Ryan and Chris Evans are also both options. And Brandon Bolden. It seems like he's taking over for the James White role, the receiving role. So he's basically number 2 over there now, number 2 running back behind Damian Harris. I actually like Ramondre Stevenson, but it seems like he's just going to continue to be a healthy stretch. So, and it seems he's in a doghouse, or just Bill Belichick's not ready to deal with him yet. So that's unfortunate. I mentioned Jeremy Nichols last week. I'm gonna mention him again. The Henry owner needs to pick him. He's good in the PPR game, but I don't know if that's just because the wide receivers were out last week. Because he had 12 targets, and went 8 for 74 against the Jets. So, but at the end of the day, he needs to be rostered, especially by the Henry owner. I'm talking to you. So, also Alex Collins, Chris Carson actually didn't practice this week. Today, actually, neck. Have from a neck issue. We don't know if it's precautionary or because it's a short week because they played Thursday night this week against the Rams, but he should be good to go. But Alex Collins been toting and kind of taking in the work, the workload. So he's also a pickup. I can't pronounce his name. Khalil Herbert, running back for Chicago. They say he looked good in preseason as well. So he's going to get some extra looks while Montgomery is out, in case they don't want to get the whole load to Damian Williams. His last name's Herbert. Let's just call him K. Herbert. K-Herb. Called homeboy K-Herb. So, Damian Williams, Samaje P. Ryan, Chris Evans, Alex Collins, Brandon Bolden, K-Herb, and Jeremy Nichols. Wide receiver, look, some of these guys are going to already be rostered, and it depends on the format and what you play, what your league size is. But Cordell Patterson shouldn't be available. Dude's been a monster a few times this year already. So basically, I heard a stat today that actually in PPR leagues, if it wasn't outside of Derrick Henry, if Derrick Henry was not involved, that Cordell Patterson would be the number 1 running back in the league. That's crazy. And in some formats, which one of the leagues I play in, you can put him in a wide receiver because that's what he's slotted as. Whew, gusto. All right, Hunter Renfrow. He had a great game. A pretty good game, especially for a Monday night. A.J. Green been getting 6 targets a week, but he's been doing the most with them. Jamison Crowder had a great day coming back. 7 for 61 in the TD. Also, Randall Cobb. He's going to be a hot commodity. 2 TDs coming back. So, since MVS is up on the shelf, it's going to have to go to someone. So, I think he'll be getting a lot of work. And I'm going to say the name, and I'm just going to look into the camera. Josh Gordon. That's all we're going to talk about with Josh Gordon. Because the boy ain't worth being talked about, not on this freaking channel. Don't waste your waiver picks on him. You're gonna be caught up in less than 2 weeks. Don't do it. All right. All right. And next is John Ross. This is going pretty deep. John Ross. He went 3 for 77 and a touch. But then we don't know it's because the Giants wide receivers were out. Kadarius Toney. He had 9 targets, went 6 for 78. That's a case of squeaky wheel gets the oil because he's been complaining about not getting the rock, so I wasn't surprised. Curtis Samuel as well. He came, but he had 4 targets and he caught all 4 for 19 yards. He only played on like a third of the snaps, offensive snaps, but it was his first game back, so you can expect that. With the tight end Logan Thomas being hurt, he should get a lot of work here soon. So keep him in mind, okay? Curtis Samuel plays against the Saints and the Chiefs coming up next. So maybe some opportunity there for him. Hunter Renfrow, A.J. Green, Jamison Crowder, Randall Cobb, John Ross, Kadarius Toney, Curtis Samuel. Hold on, I got one for you. Khalif Raymond from Detroit. Seems like Jeff Goff likes this dude. I almost want to be selfish and not mention him in here. But I don't care. I'm putting out content. I'm trying to help everybody. Because a lot of my league mates actually check out my channel and support me. But that just goes to show you how much more I'm dedicated to the channel. Vice versa about keeping information and our research away from them. Because I'm giving it to the masses. You see, feel me? That's what I'm talking about. Because I'm here for you, you know? Right here, yeah. So, all right. Well, I think this, if I remember correctly, he had like 10 or 12 targets the week before last. And last week, I'm sorry, not week before last. And this past week, he had 2 TD passes from Jeff Goff. So, they're always going to be in losing situations. So, if he's the guy over there, sometimes you just got to see that trend real quick and you got to bounce on it. His name is Khalif Raymond with a K. Keep that in mind. Okay, now on to tight ends. Actually, if you enjoyed any of this content, if you're new, press like and subscribe. Feel free to comment. Join the movement. Be a part of the family. We're growing. We have fun around here. I got some new things coming up, so you don't want to miss that. We're going to have some fun with it. Actually, going to bring in some contests too as well. So I'm just trying to shake things up, add a new flavor. We know what's up tomorrow. We'll talk about that towards the end of the show. So, tight ends. Look, Dawson Knox. If he's out there, man, y'all sleeping hard. Dawson Knox is like the number 5 and number 6 tight end in the league right now. So, as long as he's attached to an elite quarterback, seem like they're best buds. I like Dawson Knox. I have Tyler Higbee as a draft to him, and Tyler Higbee's on the bench because Docs, I call him Docs. Knox gives a lot more juice than him. Dalton Schultz, Max Williams for Arizona. He's been hot. He's been hit and miss. Max Williams, he's quiet weeks 1 and 3, but he blew up weeks 2 and 4. So, but it's their tight ends though, So, and CJ Usman-Zama, we saw what happened. CJ Uzomah, we saw what he did against the Jags. He had that coming out party, 5 for 95 and 2. Hella fantasy points. He plays against the Packs and the Lions coming up. So, if you need a tight end, especially one with upside, CJ's your man. And defenses, few highly picked up defenses. Look, people wouldn't expect Pats to be out there, but again, each league is different. But I know a couple of leagues that I was in, and actually Pats were available. So one, you have to bid some money on a fab budget, and the other one's based on who's ever is the regular priority up, from worst to first. Pats play the Texans. They can single-handedly win a week, playing against the Texans. And because of the defense, so, legit, especially playing against Texas, my goodness. Vikings versus the Lions. Vikings defense supposedly is supposed to be getting a little bit better, but the Lions are the Lions. But that can scare you because it can be a high-scoring game. In some games, some leagues, you might get penalized for actually allowing a team to score too many points. And Cards might be out there against my Niners. That can't go either way, and I'm not trying to sound biased, but, Cards, if you got an injured Garoppolo, and if he's not playing, then you have a rookie coming in, he may blow the top off the water. But all depends on how you feel about the Cards and what other defense you currently have on your team. So that is the Waiver Wire show. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it and could take something from it. Again, if you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, definitely hit that like button. Just hit it. Just bam, hit it like that. Well, you probably don't want to hit it that hard because it's not going to register. But just hit the like button. Thanks for watching it all the way through. I appreciate you. Tomorrow, the chef's coming through to see who's the ham and egger. Ham and egger! Who is the ham and egger for week 4? But I'll let Chef tell y'all that. But it should be a goodie. Once again, like, comment, subscribe. Put it in the comments. I want to know y'all records, okay? And see you next time. Flawless Fantasy Football. Keep your head up. Go get 'em, baby!